You are watching Liberty Online TV.
Powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Princess Pias.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mohamed Kamara.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mariatu Sheriff.
Inside this program, we go look at plenty things them we happen in the salon throughout the week.
Things them like politics, sports, courts, the environment, disability, woman and girl picking them business, and plenty other issues them.
So, stay tuned. Now we Liberty Facebook page and self YouTube channel and all that social media platform them for they watch the Liberty Review where they come to you every Saturday from 6 to 7 o'clock na net. Also you go get all you views them but still them where they happen.
The Liberty
Review.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Liberty Review, where they can to you live on our Facebook page and self YouTube channel. Where the bring this edition can to you this evening. My name is Princess Pias. Inside this edition of the program, the Liberty Review is a program where they look at issues that might happen throughout the week. And inside this particular edition of the program, where they look at the Auditor General Tribunal reports within our parliament and serve out this particular report we can plenty debate and serve also side the Auditor General Lara Taylor Pierce and serve in Deputy Tamba Momo where them don't suspend force and put aside. We suicide and serve be pull release for we get for do for the allegations that they make against them inside the Auditor General report, they now the public who suicide themselves make their own points clear in relation to that report. Say, well, for look at the issues then because they look at the accountability and transparency because now some of the key things then and where they inside the reply of Lara Taylor Pierce and Sef Tamba Momo inside the release where them pull for counter the Auditor General's Tribunal report with them pull na key issues then they we then talk about. And for discuss this particular issue with me on the line, I get for the Moriba Conte, we na staff writer, the Calabash newspaper. And then with me on the line, we go join me for talk about this particular issue. What in this mean against the fight against corruption and self-way camper, transparency, accountability. And then on the line now. Good evening, Fode, and welcome to the Liberty Review.
Good evening.
Okay, so I just don't introduce what we get for look at this evening. Now the program we get for do with the Auditor General Tribunal reports where they now the public and we all know how we reach to that conclusion day and how come about to this particular issue we get for do with audit where the Auditor General been do now the president in office and other issues them. So you don't follow this particular issue as a journalist from the beginning of this particular investigation to now where we don't see counter release and they come out from the suspended Auditor General and in deputy to the actual reports. What you make up of the entire situation we get for do with auditing?
Well, I think first of all, thank you very much for getting me today in this particular program. And this particular Auditor General reports don't be something where a lot of people don't get concerned over this particular one. And we let it go back from when they suspend the Auditor General. There was a lot of people where be concerned of the president for suspending the Auditor General and also the procedures them where they use for form the tribunal and also the processes them to we also decide they don't pull the reports and reports take a very long time for making Ghana the public domain because we know say after where them the tribunal complete in the report then being presented to the president when as the constitution says that after we then complete therefore presented to His Excellency the President and after we then been presented we also see inside the office of the president we put a press release for say they don't receive the Auditor General report and also they don't and the presidents don't agree for implementing recommendations them we're including the removal of the suspended Auditor General Taylor Pierce. So we don't see this kind of report and also the lawyers of the Auditor General we don't ask the government, the president on several occasions for say they not get a copy of this particular report. Recent, we don't say the report they don't make available to members of the public. So we don't go through the report. You know, the report a bulky one over 50 pages in this particular report where they put together. They make several things the way they part of the report from the PA, from the findings them, the evidence them. But I want to look at the recommendations, page 51 and page 50 and page 51. We say then get recommendations the way they recommend to the president and say that this and they for do. So as part of the recommendation, then they say that the particular Auditor General no do this to the particular work, and because of that they recommend for me they remove from off. And also they make several allegations them way they part of the report. The report captures several things them way one they say yes, where they say during the time where the original deputy be they do this particular report for the 2020 also general report that time there was a lot of conflict of interest where be happen there. So that's now one of the things where they found out from. Another thing again where also come out now breach of confidential confirmation from a third party. That also another again they say they found out one thing for another thing again when they look at say that they not be able for audit the Freetown City Council Freetown City Council that part of the particular activity where at the council they not be captured inside that particular audit report. So because of all of those things they think I say that misconduct and they need to say they for remove the Auditor General, and also they also recommend say the ACC for also investigate the issues where follow with misconduct and how they been do the auditing for the 2020 report. A host of other things they will also for recommend again. But we as you say after this particular report come up, we also don't see counter response them to that particular one. One we still say the Auditor General herself suspended Auditor General herself also don't come out with a particular response to this particular one. And according to him, that most of the things where they allege say he do they're correct. And he also termed the tribunal report of itself. I say it's misleading. Say certain things they way they put inside the report now misleading something there. And also say that the report also capture certain things the way but also the report does like one-sided report that also that are part of the report. So it begins for address the issues the one after the other. One that after for with the office of the president, because we so side them the audit the office of the president, and we see say according to the report they say the president office of the president be submit receipt the winner be fake receipt them, and they say they receipt them they not be authentic, and they be get issues with them receipt them they. So then according to the Auditor General, they say that when they do auditing in an instance where they get that kind of receipts and they or things that way they think say they need for clarify, and the point for them they write to the institution where responsible and also ask them for them to confirm on the authenticity of their particular receipt and they. For example, if they say me they work at the office of the president now, then give me money, say okay, I dey come here, I dey go Bo, and I tell them it's okay, where I go Bo, I go lodge in a Sahara hotel. And Sahara hotel, and then give me this particular receipt here for the lodge where I go lodge as part of Miracle I go do. So if they as an audit team and when they do the auditing, if they're not satisfied with that particular now them sign up for the to the institution when I Sarah hotel about and say okay, una somebody and this ABC don't issue a receipt to we. And this receipt here I did our possession right now. But one for clarify, certain thing away the part of this receipt here. According to the they say that particular one a team that the way given the right for them to do as part of the standard procedures when they do auditing that they don't breach any third party issue particular one. So moving away again because now most of the things we get for with also the president. I mean all of those things they make
Okay, so you just don't highlight some of the issues them inside the report, and to Lara Taylor Pierce in own reaction towards waiting at some of the things the way they recommend against the office and I do in audit. We still cite page 1 of Lara Taylor Pierce in response out of the 7 pages. Page 1, it clearly because the issues that will come up Nada and the tribunal report get for do with audits of the office of the president, and it make it clear, let people know the kind of audits where it do, because you know most people get the view say if I don't make an information to them for make them be aware for say get for do some certain audit. So it make and clear to the public. I can just read in first page inside a response way it talk about the kind of audits we do at the office of the president. We get for do with compliance audits. Where he make mention say this different from the financial statements audits we go get for involve everybody. The compliance audit in different. So by clarifying this issue, you think say a wrong because the notion where most people go with that the president gets rights for suspend them because you know to go do audit in your office without he not be involved. You think say it gets any returns or anything where they do against the president in office?
Yes, well, just like what you say, because according to your response, they get two type of audits where they do. One a compliance audit, another one a financial standard audit again. And so, in the aspect of the office of the president, yes, the office of the president is in the highest most office and at the land. But let's say when it comes to compliance, that means say how they comply with the laws the way we get at the country in terms of how they use the country money and all of those things. So that make the office of the president not so financial statement compliance audits and do, but rather than compliance audits and do. And that compliance audits, just like we are saying, if you get the passes in that particular one, the login and the mandate for them go ensure say they confirm with those institutions very responsible for ensure say let them say okay this particular one this is correct or this is not correct because the issue where and then against by the particular report where I read the report where I follow the office of the president that the aspect when they say okay, third party where involved in the entire process because according to them then they say like they for even go be the way that auditing them and also try for get confirmation or for authenticate the particular thing with them. But according to the Auditor General in the response that international standard didn't say that for contact those institutions were responsible and for them ensure they do them. So that's not just the first part of a one. The second part now they talk about the office of the Freetown City Council. Okay, according to a response inside where you talk about the Freetown City Council, that most of the money the way the council be implement in the initiative don't know that project. And we know donor for that project, the money not they come to council per se, but rather the donors then they use the money, then they contact if for example they're going to hire anybody, they didn't hire them people like they, and then they pay them everything. So the money, no, they come directly to the council. And we get for those again when they do auditing again. Now money when they give one for the people of this country and also for the consolidated fund. And then when they not be they come out from the consolidated fund, either they come to that particular funding. So that make it say all other money the way the council be they take from the consolidated fund, they do auditing for them. But the one they make up for we do not driven funds. And most of the funds that where the council in the response where the council do, they also make mention of that money they will get for do with a donor fund. And donor fund they know they come to the council, but rather the donor them themselves and then they hire the people them and then they pay the institution them and then they pay whatever contract they get with the suppliers them also everything. So the money they come to the council. So those monies are not going to be audited because the money they not come to the council and then when they not come from the consolidated fund either any of those things. So then another thing again where come inside its chameleon where also they said that reported an aspect of conflict of Auditor General in response. It said conflict of interest they get a standard where they part of the law that the person either that you cousin either that you close relative. But he say in the entire process what they do, nobody knows when they close relative, not even the Freetown City Council. So if they say that anything for do with conflict of interest, he said that not like that the way government will complain to because nobody know the way that papa, when I mama, when I cousin, you know the only thing where they do. So I think say these are the issues that will actually come up, and as it stands right now, the report has been tabled now in the parliament because the issue don't happen now. The president don't accept all the accommodation them will include for remove the Auditor General. But the Auditor General cannot be removed just like that. It has to go through parliament, and parliament need for vote for ensure say either they go for removal or they don't go for removal as the
Okay, for with all of the issues there where they happen, we get for do with this particular auditing, a lot of concern don't they come out from the public, we get for do with transparency and accountability. And if you read the release we come out from Lara Taylor Pierce and Self-in Deputy Tamba Momo, clearly they talk about how they're not involved in the process in the tribunal. A lot of issues then come out, but the key thing is there people are concerned about the transparency and accountability aspect. So as a journalist and media person, if you read Lara in write-up, one side where they were make mention, say when at page 6, out of page 7, it talk about say the findings then at the tribunal report in conclusion, they negate the variances of public sector auditing, and same way so this they affect transparency and accountability. So what do you make up of that particular statement the way highlight inside a release?
Well, I think say the aspect with accountability and transparency, these are something very key because we get with people that appoint at different offices the way they work, but we see say most times we get a problem where you get with accountability. So one go take $2 million, $3 million, $50 million for do a project, but if they get issue when they want for a short say solely check if that particular money where you be when they be give for do that project there, you be able for do what ability the way you do, I need to spend with time and everything. So these are the issues. And as a country, if we say we're not able for ensure say we get space and accountability that we various institutions the way we work, or say where money they give to people for implement project, or say we think say we go. We know they go any side because people for be accountable for every dime where they give as long as that particular money. So you have the people of this country and or from the consolidated fund. You for be transparent, in all those things. So if we get people away, no one for transparent, when they feel aggrieved, when they scan for ensure say they enforce the institution today, then I think so we are not making any headway as a country. This is the thing we need for arrears. We don't see for when they suspend up, we see several reports where they come out, audit report where they come out. We also see the kind of misappropriation of public funds what happen at various institutions the name. And people know, like what I say, no one for be held accountable for all of those things the name. Like what they say, look at all of what happened at the president, where the comes all they tell you about what they happen inside them, and let's say even fake receipts them where they present, receipts where they doctor, all of those things. So that makes the question say, where are we moving as a country when it comes to transparency? If people don't want to be accountable, people don't want to be transparent in whatever thing they do, I think say for me, I see this as something where we need for against as a country. So we don't see the audit report in a way where they come out, year in, year out. The amount of money where they say people not able to account for, offices there, MDS them, is so much cool. If we ever forget that money there, like by now for not put up several other things there, we're going to make side develop. Maybe we're going to put them on the electricity. We're going to channel because maybe for them who are against in energy. But people don't want to be accountable, and they don't want for them only accountable for money they give them for how the people of this country are from the consolidated for. I think say for me that's something where it pained me so much that when they see people and they challenge certain things they wake up for with transparency and accountability in this country.
Go with when they say the state's capture of key institutions, they win a credible one them. You think say na done they happen right now because audit service, the 10 way Lara be dede, now one institution where most people will believe in because of the Cairo then go about for do their work, and we don't see most of the audit reports the way it don't they pull. Where then report and they go to parliament. Now of late we see outside the Public Accounts Committee, don't they look into some of the issues them where they come out from the audit service and the audit report. So now if a key institution like Dande, where they audit institution, different MDs them for bring out issues them to the public, for let people be accountable for how they use government corporate when a taxpayer money them, and now the institution and they people and they think say then kind particular institution therefore left arm for make the people already them for do the work for them, because if you capture they go make corruption plenty and pass mark like the country. You think say state capture of key institutions them will be a big contributing factor to the fight against corruption?
Definitely, that are the things where you actually aspect for side, all side, politics don't enter in the house. Anytime you go to the public picture, you go now all of those things them, all side on that. This I know this maybe as a nation. And not even for presidency now, therefore the picture. I make mention of Dara or the situation of the winner on this service. That is for you from the BBC report and inside page 111 of the BBC report, say that in 2018, what let me say, they say the audit service are the probably the most effective institution. You see, they be termed this particular institution as the most effective, and I say by the Auditor General, the leadership, and also the people by them. So, during 2018, they look at the audit service and say that one of the most effective institutions there. But going forward, when things begin unfold, when the policy begin come out, we're very damning, we're very denting to the government. They turn for turn against the institution. They say the institution is being political and everything. And one thing I can say that as a country, if we institution away from being independent, they're not independent, we'll continue to forget issue in this particular country. Because we don't socialize with institutions that currently there is no independency. And because the institution they are, they don't get independency, they will also be continue to get challenged there. For example, me, one thing I don't call for that let them remove the appointment of certain heads of institutions in this particular country. We get certain institutions there where for me, the appointment of the leaders of those institutions for me remove away from the office of the president. One, the chief justice. For me, I don't recommend, I don't call say, let them remove the appointment of the chief justice from the office of the president. That's going to enhance the dependency of the judiciary. Let them remove the IG from the office of the president. That's going to forgive the independence of the police force. Okay, then they remove the appointment of the ACC commissioner from the office of the president. That's going to forgive the independence of the ACC. But those institutions them actually get a bill for play in this country. The appointment of those individuals are coming from the presidency. They definitely the tendency for them always going to get chaos. The ECSL the removal of the commissioner, that particular one again should be removed from the office of the president. Let me get maybe an independent body wey go actually appoint individuals there wey dey work at various institutions they are. Because as long as the appointment of these individuals are coming from the presidency, there is high tendency for the independence of those institutions to be questioned. And most times when they see a lot of people that want to question the independence of those because the appointment of those individuals are coming from the president. So it's only when we remove them from the office of the presidency that we're going to talk about the independence of those institutions. But if not, we will continue for instruction. We question the independence and also always will get issues about how they do the work there, either independently or not independently. I make you see where APC in power, they go blame the police, say the police there, the judiciary they against them, ECS said they against them. When SFP become a power, they go begin to complain, say the police they against we, ECS said they against we, judiciary they against we and all. So for them we don't going to continue for the get that kind of complain there or they blame game there. We don't going to get this as a country. We show side election door and say opposition say we don't go that court because we don't trust the court. So for them at the end of the day, let me ensure say we institution this country be very independent. The audit service alone. This institution where people don't know for an institution where be very credible in doing their work. So, but that would also say the institution quite as we speak is very dormant. Dormant. Now we look at the audit reports them. A lot of things then, and now we see Parliament, the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, they actually go after now when they made mention with that particular report. So the effectiveness of the audit service here alone, in terms of doing their job, for me I say you don't count on drastically. So for let me ensure say all of those things happen again. We need for come together as a country and let me put more measures in all of those things there. But I tell you, Shalom, I make like you say we go on before it's still ABN because we leaders there when they kind of power, they only thing what they say will do, they cause all kinds of protect themselves and do another thing. They don't even think of what will they do for this country, what will they do for the Shalom go before. So I think say the aspect of transparency and accountability are something very key, and we in government, although they were challenging when it comes to transparency and accountability issues that this particular country.
For the you
Hello?
get
Yes?
me? Yes. Okay. Sorry
Yeah,
for
I
that
get you now.
technical. Sorry for that technical issue again at the studio. So for let alone go before, just like what you dey talk in terms of transparency and accountability. Why you think say people for be afraid or be worried when they want for audit time on wetin they do?
Yeah, me and that like say, if you don't say what you do, you dey do the right thing. I don't think say somebody for afraid if somebody want go for go audit you on what they do. For example, they give me money, say, okay, for the we dey give this money, go implement some with this project here. Go build for we 5 water well, there are 5 communities them. I don't go build a water well and 5 communities them. Okay, they give me let's say each one a water well. They give me like 500,000. I don't go do it. If I don't say yes, I use the money for what they give me the money for. Somebody say, well, now we can't audit you. Only we know say that money will be give if you actually go to the community and dig that water well, or if the particular standard where the water well for day, that is day. Because I can go to the community and go build one water well there, we not be equivalent to the money where they give me. You see, so that's also the again part of auditing. Because I can go and dig water well. So tell the water well, I just water well, we go just serve them for maybe a month. So all of those they're part of auditing. So if I don't say me I transparent with myself, I do the right job. Why I for be afraid if they want for go audit me? I don't for be afraid. But because we get people away, not trustworthy, people away actually do the right thing, so that make anytime when they say for audit them, then they get issues about auditing. If you don't say you do the office and do the right thing, why you afraid if they audit you? Why you forget issue if they audit your office? If your office is doing the right thing, there should not be any issue if they audit a particular officer. And me, I can say that even the office of the president, as long as money where they use, if they come up from the consolidated fund, and then we use taxpayer money them. So if you are using our taxpayer money, and I think it's also obliged to you for be accountable to the people them, because you are voted by people. So why you not for be accountable to the people them who actually vote you? So did I tell what they say? So in terms of transparency and accountability, Salon and the this we dey be enforced because people don't want for them only accountable. People don't want for them audit for what they do. They just want for do something and just say, okay, me this one I do so that's what I for do. We don't see several instances them outside they don't get issues them about transparency, about accountability. We don't get several issues them. We don't go ACC where ACC they investigate. But all of those things. And one thing again where I keep on saying that the anti-corruption has a great role for playing all of those things. Because the anti-corruption commission, we don't see say most of the time that we get issues with ACC. ACC, we don't get several issues that we don't go before ACC. At the end, they can exonerate the people them. And I tell you, me, of course, I don't know if we for talk that most of the cases they are going for the top government officials them, top one them in this country, they are all being exonerated. We all hear this particular one in this country here where the clerk of parliament when they investigated by ACC. What he come out? They say the man they not for it or not, but they left him for the president and use in power for everything. Now he's being reinstated. We sure say they find him for 5 years and they say enough for all office and don't pay all that money back. You know, we sure say they count the issue of Kai with migration about the Botkane. At the end, there's exonerate him. So all of those things. So people they beg to the question now, where are we going in fight against corruption? Because all of those government officials, them when our top government officials, then when they don't make action against, when they go before they've been exonerated. But when it comes to other people away, maybe that just teachers them, other people, you see the SEC, they use all the powers for indict those people them, even charge and go court. But when it comes to government official, I will tell you, say, we don't get substantive evidence for charge and go court. Come on, what are you doing? But you get substantive evidence to go after people that way, maybe in the opposition or people that way not actually in top position. You have all those powers. You get all the people all the investigation and go after them. So it's only when we be committed in the fight against corruption that this country they will go be for against some of the things they are. Because we don't forget that corruption where they play selective justice in the fight against corruption. As soon as we begin selective justice in all of those things, in terms of transparency, accountability, and the fight against corruption, when selective justice begin for come beside it, then definitely we will continue for select can't they happen.
Hello there.
Hello.
Okay, just quick one from the queue where you talk about this particular issue. Now, good or a bad precedents don't be set so.
You know, Salon at the country right now, we say every day we dey set precedent. Every day we dey see new precedent where they set. Government in, government out, they don't dey set bad precedent, I will say. And how we so say the former government, we also sack the vice president. Now this particular country and how they. Now we don't so say they don't pull Auditor General. The president suspend them.